Howdy YouTube, good to see you. Welcome back to Making Sense. This is our second episode. We have already some progress. We've got news on our first project. We have a couple mailbag items, details on the toolbox, and some improvements going on in there. The first post has been at least moderately successful. Some people have watched it, which is better than no people watching it, I must admit. We have a good reaction from the staff at RTC. The people I've spoken to there seem to think it's a really nice idea, and perhaps I'll even be able to get some institutional support from those guys. It would be really super cool. So, what do we have? What do we have this week? Some arrivals in the mail, as I mentioned. I've got my textbook, and I also have a neat little unit from Niagara Cutter. I have finished the tray insert for my toolbox. We'll get looking at that, and and my textbook is here too. Why don't we start with that? Here it is, Technology of Machine Tools by Crard, Gill, and Smid, 7th edition. This is, as you can see, the Indian edition. It is or what's known as the International edition. It turns out, precisely the same as the North American edition, except it's cheaper in two ways. It costs less and the production values are lower. The content itself appears to be identical, even down to the page numbers, which makes sense. Once they had the file typeset here in North America, it's a piece of cake to send a PDF off to India where they printed it. Now, this copy is done pretty much entirely in black and white. There's a few color pages at the beginning and end, which are full color gloss, but basically it's printed on fairly slim uncoated stock and with black ink only. The North American edition, which I can show you a picture of with this book side by side with an equivalent copy of that, has a blue teal spot color, which does help aid in communication of some of the finer details. But if you're not looking to be nitpicky, then this book, which costs like a quarter of the price of a new copy of the hardcover North American edition, it's got the same information. And I can predict that this book is going to be seeing action in a shop. It'll probably be around oil and dirty hands and stuff like that. And it seems kind of silly to have a book which is which is an expensive textbook exposed to those sort of conditions. And I can see why they produced that. I'm not saying that the better produced North American edition does not have its place. For example, if you're a teacher and you're going to be using this book again and again for years on end, then it makes sense to have a durable one and to invest in a copy that's going to be communicating the information as effectively as possible. If, on the other hand, you're a student like me, you'll be using this book for maybe a year, and after that relying basically on the internet for information, then this is a terrific option. I actually got this. I paid for it in US dollars because I had some on PayPal. So it was $25 or so for the book, and then $8 for shipment. So it was around $50 Canadian, more or less. I haven't actually done the conversion, but $50 is a easy estimate there. So that's a decent price for a book. You get a lot of good content in there. I've actually read through most of it already. People in class were looking at me a little strangely while I was plowing through, but basically I'm up into the fairly advanced sections on machine right now. It's good content. It's well written. A lot of information in there. A lot of good, useful tips. If you find a copy of this book and you can pick it up, especially when you get it for cheap, I highly recommend it. Let's see, what else is new? One thing that's new is right over here. We have ourselves a brand new broadcast quality microphone. So hopefully you can hear an improvement in the quality of the audio. I had some feedback on our first episode that the sound was a bit echoey. This room I'm in here has got a lot of wall space and not a lot hanging on it, so I can see where that might come from. In addition to the improvement in the microphone, the old one was an external mic made by Nikon that bolts on the top of the camera. Vast improvement from the internal microphone in the camera, but it's still not nearly as good as this condenser mic. For this episode and for the future, I expect I've hung up a few audio dampeners so we can get better quality sound. So we've got nice dampening going on in here. Okay, so new microphone, new textbook. Let's take a look over here in our toolbox. See what we've got. So this part you've seen before, but here we have the insert tray. So let's take a look at this. We've got it set up here. The box itself is made from poplar. I've put now 3 coats of water-based varathane varnish onto it. It's pretty much dry now. I set it out in the sun for about an hour to cure under UV. We have a few neat features in here. This is a piece of white oak, which I inserted as a space to keep small parts like the screwdriver and the loop in. We have this beautiful piece of mystery tropical hardwood. A fellow was doing a project at Helios, and this is an offcut from it. That red color is not stained. That's the natural color of the wood, and it's really, really beautiful. And I've used it as a place where I can stick my rule and my scale, and they just lock each other in place there. Then we've got room for various miscellaneous tools. We've got the Allen keys there. We've got the, I call these Dicom dispensers, and so on and so forth. So this is what I can use basically to pull whatever tools I need out of the big heavy box while I leave that down and out of the way on the floor while I'm doing machining, and I can put the tools I need closer at hand inside the portable tray. It will keep things nice and neat and also help avoid losing tools. Additionally, if I'm using the teeny turner to adjust a tool and I want to set it down, then I've got this spot right here which holds the shank of it and keeps it nice and easy to grab for when it's needed. Okay, in here we have the guts of the toolbox. Now, I have, for the time being, an old pair of boxers with hula girls on them, which I'm using for cleaning and stuff like this. Ultimately, of course, I'm not going to be keeping oily rags inside my toolbox because I don't want the thing to catch fire. But you can get an idea for how the interior is laid out. We have, in the top, dial calipers. Down here at the bottom is the test indicator. The mag base is clamped in here onto the metal plate. We've got various tools, crescent wrench and a pair of wire cutters down there. In here we have the flea market find micrometer I mentioned in the last episode. The edge finder there. Here I have my crappy old calculator, which I'll use for shop use rather than the pretty white calculator, which does precisely the same thing but which will show the oil more. Next up, we've got the STM branded micrometer there, along with its adjustment wrench. Very handy thing to have. The flea market one that I got, it was $7, but it didn't include the calibration wrench, which is a problem. If you can't zero out your micrometer, then you're going to basically have to subtract whatever reading you get at zero from whatever readings you take, and it makes it much more awkward. Last of all, we've got the dial indicator down here. There are also scattered in the bottom of the pack of the toolbox. I've put a couple of silica gel packets just to help desiccate it and to keep the moisture inside the toolbox as low as possible. They could well be expired. They were shipped with the tools, but I figured it's a good policy. Whenever I get a fresh packet of silica gel, I'll toss it in there and help keep my tools nice and shiny. Now when we put everything back, we have guides and slots for everything, so it all fits in nice and neat and does not flop around. The hula girls there additionally will stop things from banging into each other, and we'll keep it a little bit quieter. Now, I shuffled this off to the side when we were going through it, but I got this. This is another mailbag item from this week. It is the Niagara Cutter Speeds and Feeds slider. It includes a slider here in the top, given a certain tool diameter and RPM. It will tell you the surface feed in feet per minute, or actually more realistically, you will know what the surface feed is from the material, which, by the way, is looked up here on the back. Very nice feature there. And it will tell you what RPM to use for a given tool diameter. They also have a calculator for feed per teeth, or chip load, in the middle of the slider, and a stock removal guide in here, which with a given width and depth and feed rate will tell you the cubic inches per minute. Finally, down here in the corner, they have a converter between Brunel hardness, Rockwell A, B, and C hardness, and the tensile strength in thousands of PSI, or KSI as they call it in engineering. That's kips, or kilopounds per square inch. So yeah, it's really nice. It has a I heard about this slider thanks to Tom Lipton over at Ox Tool Company. If you have not seen the Ox Tool Company channel, check it out. It's awesome. Tom Lipton is a great guy. He really knows his stuff, and he basically Ox Tool Company is his own shop, and then for his day job he works as a machinist at Lawrence Livermore Labs, where they do some truly amazing machining, because that's the kind of place where they've discovered elements and done other sorts of super duper science stuff like that. So yeah, Tom Lipton, big thumb up for him. There are a number of other channels which I have watched, which have been a tremendous boon to my beginning education as a machinist. The very first YouTuber machinist that I came across was A-Bomb79. That's Adam Booth at the Booth Machine Shop down in Florida. He's a big guy with who runs big machines. He's got a big heart. He's got big knowledge. He's really excellent fellow, friendly guy. Actually answers emails and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. He's really engaged with the community, and you know, it's no coincidence that expressions like A-bomb torque are a common thing in YouTube videos. He's a good guy. Another person I watched a whole lot is Keith Rucker down in Georgia, and Keith Fenner over in Cape Cod. The two Keiths, I call them. Keith Rucker runs vintagemachinery.org, which is an excellent website if you want to find information about old machine tools, vintage lathes, whether for metal or wood, milling machines, drill presses, anything, you name it. It's on there. Thousands and thousands of documents have been scanned in and are available free of charge through vintagemachinery.org. Another recommended resource. Finally, Keith Fenner. He is a marine machinist. He does a lot of work with propeller shafts from boats and stuff like that. Very interesting to watch him. He makes many tools and jigs and fixtures specifically for his application, and he makes very good use of his Plasmacam CNC plasma cutter, and he also has a largish CNC milling table. I think it's an X-Carve, and he's setting up various other machines. Always need to watch. He has tons and tons of information. Get her done, Keith. You're good. Anyhow, enough endorsements of other channels. I just wanted to say that to finish off this by saying that YouTube is an amazing resource for education in technical fields like machining, the sort of information that is available for free of charge, just for the watching, for those who are interested, is a gold mine. And if you want to get into machining either as a hobby or as a profession, then watching a whole lot of videos right here on YouTube is probably just about the best start you can get. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. And just to finish off, I wanted to let you know I completed the first project in the class, the drill bevel gauge, and the tolerances on almost all the dimensions were extremely good. Basically, the length was about 3 thou short. One other dimension was a little bit under. The thickness of the main side of the bevel was supposed to be 625 thou. It was at one end 625, in the middle 627, at the other end 626. So that was really nice to see that sort of accuracy with hand-produced tools. I managed to get also quite a pleasing finish on it. Really got the hang of filing from doing that amount of work, and I also managed to scrape a bit of my hand there. But you know, that's part of the job. Now I've learned how to get a rag on the file to protect my hands when I'm doing that. Anyway, so that project is done. I just wanted to finish this off by showing you a few clips from the shop of me working on that project, a bit of test measurement towards the end of it, and also some of my classmates at RTC working on their projects, taking measurements, plotting things out, cutting and filing. Anyway, if any RTC administration are watching, I obtained permission from all the people involved before filming them, and they have all expressed their permission to use their images in this video. So, here you go, enjoy, and until next week, keep at it, guys. Oh, geez, sorry, Keith. I need to find my own trademark. I'm not going to say get her done. That's yours. I understand.